Welcome to my video. In this video I'm going to go exactly why you as an acupuncturist need to start doing like marketing yesterday. If not yesterday, then the best time is today. Alright, so I'm going to explain to you why you need to do marketing and what happens if you don't. Alright, so my name is Danny and I have my own marketing agencies and I help acupuncturists make more money with marketing. So the first thing I want to touch on is what you need to understand is what journey the average person takes, right? When they realize that they have a problem, right? Very general. So people will name for the problem, and then, for example, if someone has back pain, they will recognize and describe the back pain, right? They will be, oh, yeah, my back pain, right? Something like that. Actually, there's a step above this one, which is unaware, where they are unaware of a problem that they're having, right? So these are essentially what this arrow shows you is that the steps that someone takes. Obviously that varies, but these are the steps that someone takes to get the problem solved, right? So first they identify it, and then they ask for friends and families, right? They ask them if they know someone that can help them with the back pain. And then they search online, right? They go on Google and they search for back pain solutions, maybe whatever they find, right? And then they go on social media and start looking that up. Nowadays, a lot of people are starting to, especially younger people, are using TikTok, so instead of Googling. All right. So a lot of people just go on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. A lot of people use Reddit, right? And so they go on forums, communities, they just want to find out a little bit more, and then they start to check out what possibilities there are in the area. So they start reading reviews about treatments, maybe potential products that might help them with that. And then usually, it always depends person by person. Some people just go on YouTube and they search for back pain relief exercises, right? If that person actually is willing to do that. A lot of people are not even doing that, right? And then the person might seek expert advice and consult healthcare professional for treatments and diagnosis. So this is the average journey that you can imagine that a person takes that has a problem. Now this may obviously vary, right? It's not 100% for everybody. So why is this important? Well, this is important because when you are not doing any marketing, you are essentially at the bottom of the list here, right? You're just at the bottom. So people get plucked out, right? People find solution here, all like on all these steps, and you will be only receiving new patients at the very end here, right? So it's kind of like a funnel, right? Where you just get a very tiny percentage of the people to actually become a patient, right? If that makes sense. So with this, I want to touch on the next thing that is also very important to know, and that is, let me take the pen here. The attraction pyramid. You need to understand why it is important. Okay, if you don't do any marketing, you are only getting 3% of the people, because on average 3% are on buy mode, right? That are ready to commit to buying something, and the 3% is not a lot, right? It's very minimal and it's negligible. Like you can't really hope for that to be running a business. So on average 70% of people are gathering information, right? They are somewhere along these lines here. They're searching online, they are looking on social media, forums, Reddit, and they're just looking up to like potential treatments and YouTube, right? So those people are on this step, right? That's already a step that very few people take. And actually only 20% of people are problem aware. So if you are not marketing anything, then you will be getting only 2% of the people, because only 2% of the people will actually find you if you are even online, if you have a proper Google website and stuff like that, which I know that a lot of acupuncturists don't have, and that is why I'm making this video, to try and make people more aware of this issue, right? Because if you don't do anything, then you will be getting nothing, right? You will only get as much as you do for it. So this is 40% of the people that are somewhat aware that they have a problem. Now, the thing is that 60% of the people are not aware of the problem, right? And that is where a lot of people make the mistake, and they bring the message out in a very in not a good way, because when you say that acupuncture can help with anything, with everything, then that's a little bit too broad, and it doesn't really say anything. It doesn't really resonate with anything. If you say, do you have back pain, then acupuncture can help, right? But those are only people that are aware of the problem, right? That's like 20% of the people. But ideally, right, obviously you want to catch them all, right? You want 100% of the people. So how do you go about doing that? Well, obviously, since I want you to do more marketing, the solution is marketing, right? So you want to put stuff in front of people and make them aware of the problem. Now, there's a lot of ways to go about it. One way is to do crazy offers and just discounting offers your services and get some people like that. Or you can actually make people aware of the problem, right? So how you do that is you have to speak their language. You have to speak in a very simple language without using any crazy like words that some of you use that are very specific to what you do, right? So how that would look like is instead of using neuropathy, you can just use a burning, tingling, and pain in your hands or feet. Right? Very simple. Everybody that has that will kind of resonate with it, because it is something they're feeling, and it's not complicated to feel it, right? If you say neuropathy, then first of all, a lot of people don't know what that is. It's complicated, and they might just think, oh, it's not nerve pain that I'm having, right? And then if you just touch on nerve pain, people will think like it's not nerve pain, maybe it's just my feet, I don't know. Like there's a lot of people out there that don't have that awareness of what is actually going on. And you have to understand that a lot of people are just going down day by day, just walking around. They're not even aware of their own body, right? They just ignore everything, and it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. So now, if you don't market, then you will be catching on only the 3%. Maybe you get a little bit of the information gathering folks, but how you can actually catch everybody, right, is with marketing. So one good way of doing it is social media. Right? Everybody's on social media. Everybody has Facebook. Everybody has Instagram. Everybody has, not everybody has TikTok. Right? But Facebook and Instagram is something that always yields the best results for everybody, because everybody's on there. So what are the steps to take? So for example, let's do one of the things. Right, so let's choose one platform. So let's choose Facebook. We're going to use Facebook as our marketing platform, and then we have to choose a service. Right, what do we want to market? Because you also have to remember that when you go too broad, when you want to address everything, you're not going to address anything, right? So we need to choose a service, like, or specific, be a little bit more specific. And then we need to make them aware. So we need a pain point, right? We need a pain point. sorry for my terrible writing. We need a pain point and also a solution. And sometimes you can also just throw in an offer to make it a little bit more appealing and to push people to give you the information. Right, so let's also add an offer here. Now we have the platform on Facebook service. Let's keep it at back pain. Right, we want to resolve mostly back pain. So let's say here, let's take a different color. Right, back. Now we need the pain points. So the pain point, I don't mean back pain, because if you write something like, do you have back pain and you want to find relief for your back pain, it doesn't really resonate anything. What we want a pain point that evokes emotion, because emotion creates action, right? And we want action. We want them to take the action to fill out a form or to call your business. So we need to find the pain point. And for this, we can actually create different angles and kind of tackle the problem from different angles, right? And for example, here, right? So this is the problem, and we can create different angles and tackle it from different directions. Okay, and see which angle works best and resonates better with. I want to delete this. So about that. So pain point could maybe be something. Do you wake up in the morning and you can barely get up from bed? Do you hate it when you have to pick up your kids or your grand like if you're targeting older people, do you hate it when you can pick up your grandchildren because your back pain is keeping you from doing that? And then what we do actually is we use a pain point solution. So we actually have a second pain point. I'm not going to in depth in this because I'm not going to show you how to do ads, but if you're interested, I can show you in a different video. Okay, but I just want to, we want to create a scenario, something that makes people aware, something like a story. So we want, we want maybe a pain point, like pick up grandchildren, tablet writing, right? So we want to pick up grandchildren. So, and the solution would be your service, right? Your service. Now, the offer might be something, maybe if you consultation, maybe a tiny discount, maybe maybe something additionally, maybe a massage, something like that. It can just be something. I'm just gonna maybe do discount because it's the simplest. It doesn't have to be discount, it doesn't have to be anything. You don't even have to have an offer, honestly. Right, but the offer is just a good thing to push people to fill out the form. And it actually doesn't have to be anything special because you guys already do assessments, you do treatment plans and all those things, right? So you can just treat that as an offer, right? If you kind of put it in a way that it sounds like an offer and make it beneficial, then you can use that to leverage the offer, your service offer. So solution is a service, right? So whatever you want to try, I mean, your service is probably acupuncture. Right. Doesn't matter. Right, the service acupuncture. So this is essentially how you can market a little bit on Facebook, right? On Facebook is also a platform. The reason I chose this is because you will get all of them, right? Because it doesn't matter in which step here the person is, because in this step, even if they're unaware, we catch them all, right? Because what we do is we will randomly catch them at a random stage, right? Which is the awesome thing about Facebook ads if you do it properly, right? So you will pick up like random people here that are on different stages, right? And you will pick up the people that are unaware, that are problem aware, they know that they have back pain, but maybe they're just like, they don't really want to address it, or they just ignore it and take pills, right? Or maybe people are just gathering information and you just push them to take action in that moment. And people that are always willing to buy, those people will also catch those, but again, they're a very small percentage. But you will probably find that when those 3%, when you get new people in, those are the people always are returning with that you're having actual system in place. So those are these people. That's why you have very little people. If you have very little people that come back, that's the reason why. This reason. Okay, that's because your sales process is lacking, and you need to improve it a little bit. So now I hope that you understand why marketing is an important thing, because you can have a lot. You're losing money every day if you're in marketing, right? Because you only have 3% of all the people. Now, some of you guys are also running on referrals, right? And by running just fine. Problem with referrals is, let me show you what problem with referrals is. So let's say one person refers a person, one person is a patient, and they maybe refer, 3 other people, right? Refer to 3 other people. Now, the problem with it is that usually, oftentimes, like there's always a friend circle, right? There's a friend group. So every friend always has like a friend together, right? So usually these friends that get referred are in a group, right? And there's only so many people that can get referred, and you will run out of referrals, right? And that is probably also why you sometimes are having times with less patients, because you don't get as many referrals. So, and it's the same with other patients, right? They always have different groups. There's only so many that they can refer. Right? And what marketing does is they will actually bring you fresh people in there. They will bring you fresh people from outside to refer, that then each new patient can actually refer you to new people, right? And because these people are from a completely different place, or like friend groups, hope that makes sense, they can refer to you a lot more people. Again, fresh people, right? And these people can refer to more people again, right? And this is why also marketing is very important, that you get new patients through other sources other than referrals, because as you can see, it's a lot more powerful than just relying on referrals, right? Because you will run out of these, but these and these we're not making it too complicated. Move them out a little bit, and like these referrals, like they're just extra. They're not what you're actually trying to get initially, because initially you just try to get new patients, but these referrals are just initially, and they will lower your cost per acquisition, right? I mean, they will make it more worth it. So this is why only reliable referrals is not a reliable thing, because also the market economy is getting worse and worse, and you need to have more sources. Like, it's not sustainable to only rely on referrals, okay? And another thing I want to touch on is that if you're not marketing, like, there's a few things that you need to do to actually have a proper online presence, and a lot of you acupuncturists don't even have a good online presence. And and you need to get it fixed as soon as possible. Okay, so there's a few things. There's reviews. Zoom in a little bit. There's reviews. There's website. There's social media. And yes, you need social media nowadays because you need to, without social media, like, you need it. Everything is on social media nowadays. Okay, you're losing out if you're not on social media. You should be at least posting once a week. So when people look you up, your account doesn't look like it's dead, right? So you want to look alive. And so it's reviews, website, social media, and marketing, right? Marketing already covered, so I'm just gonna put it away. Reviews are very important to business. You should have, you should always try to get more reviews. The more reviews you have, the better. Okay. It doesn't really matter if you have a few that are not 5-star, because that's normal. If you have 30 reviews that are only 5-star, then people will know that you're handpicking your referrals. Right, so you should have more than referrals. And also the same thing with reviews is that if you have more reviews, you will show up more times or in higher on Google Maps. Okay, and I'm not kidding. This is actually something that helps with your presence online. Okay, and then websites. You need a website that is responsive, which means that. Let me show you what responsive means. Responsive means that it's made for mobile. So responsive means that it should be responsive. You see, everything adjusts as I move it. Right? So it should fit in every device. And this is very important. This is very important also to Google. If you don't have this, then people will barely find you, except if they search for your name. And yeah, so that's why it's important. And then also with your website, it's important that you have a goal with your website. It isn't a website is not supposed to be a glorified business card, but it should bring you leads. It should show what you do. And a lot of websites don't do that properly. It should be a place to give the information, for people to give their information to you and to read about you. And that means that you should have easy to read call to action buttons to call, and with your address so people know where exactly you are located, and also with a form to fill out. This is something I might touch on later because I see it a lot. Since I do a lot of research on acupuncturists, I see that a lot, that these key points that I just mentioned are not there. Even just having HTTPS, which is a secure secure protocol on the website. What it means is that if you don't have HTTPS before your www your website, and then when people click on it, it will look like the browser itself will block them from going ahead, and the wind will not even land on the website, and it will look like something dangerous. Right? That's why it's important. I might make a different video about this, but social media next, right? It's very important because a lot of people are nowadays on social media. You don't need to do anything crazy on social media. Like once a week, the more the better, because it kind of compounds, and it's not a thing that you have to do it's something that you have to be consistent with. Okay, like with everything, as long as you're consistent, it will yield results, right? And you don't have to do anything crazy. I can also make a different video on social media, but you should post something about your business on Instagram and Facebook, so people know that you're live. And also people want to get familiar with your business, and if you have a lot of content, people start watching it, they will get warmed up, and eventually they will reach out to you, because even if they don't have a problem, but they know you, once they have a problem, they will reach out to you. Okay, that's why it's something that's compounds. Over time, you won't get results right away, but it takes a few months to do something for you. So if you don't have any of these things, right? If you don't do any of these things properly, and also you don't have marketing right, so let's say you don't do any of these properly, or maybe just one or two, like you have stuff that's half baked, then you are essentially like, I'm gonna try to show you. Like, okay, so let me show you how that would look like in maybe a more understandable way of how your business will look like against other people that do marketing. So this is essentially going to be you, right? So you're going to be this guy. Let me move somewhere where it's cleaner. So you're going to be this guy, right? You have everything half baked. You are trying, but you're not really trying hard, or you're not willing to spend any money on marketing because for some reason, right? So this is who you're competing against. So you're competing against Ronnie Coleman, if you know him, or a bodybuilder. This is who you're competing against. Against people that are doing marketing, because people that are doing marketing in your area, they're catching all those people that I explained. All those people, like they're catching these, they're catching these, and these. So when your neighbors do marketing, this 3% will become even smaller, right? Obviously, there's more way than other marketing. You can go to events and stuff like that, and you will always get patients, but you will always stay in a situation where you don't have a reliable system in place to get patients on demand, right? It's by having like a system in place that you can just turn on when you need patients is like so stress relieving, okay? And a lot of you guys are just stressed or didn't have like enough time to take vacation because they're always worried about money, and they can't take a week off because they need to stay in for that money. So having nothing in place, you're essentially getting and your competition is essentially going to take this. And the competition is not just acupuncturists, but it is chiropractors, it is physical therapists, it is other people, like everybody else that does some kind of pain management. Okay, so you have a lot of competition, and this 3% will essentially become even smaller. So you will be left with at like 1%. And that is why a lot of you people of your acupuncturists are not really getting what you want, because you're not doing any marketing. You are essentially hiding behind someone bigger. Okay. And that means on social media, you're not present on social media, so people see other people. You're not on Google because other people are doing Google marketing, or they have a better SEO, so they will always show up before you, and you are on like the second, third, fifth page when people are searching for acupuncture. And on the maps, you won't show up because you only have a few reviews and people that do marketing, and they care about, and they take more care about they take more care of their reviews. They have maybe 80, 90, maybe even 200 reviews, so they will always be at the top. Okay, so you have to keep in mind that if someone has 200 reviews, people will trust that with like proper images, with proper descriptions, with a proper website. People will 100% go for that person instead of somebody that doesn't even have pictures of their practice, of themselves, don't have proper descriptions, and their website isn't properly rendering on the phone. So that's it for the video. This is why you need marketing. I hope this makes sense, at least a little bit of sense, and let me know what you think.